Welcome to Arlington, Texas, and now AT&T Stadium, formerly Cowboys Stadium, for round 7 of the Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship. It's Supercross live on supercrossonline.com. Once again, Paul, Lindsey, Jim Holley, we are here. We're excited. It's finally East Coast time. 450 class, just when we thought things were mellowing out, maybe turning into a 2-horse race that early in the season. James Stewart picks up his first win of the year, first win in over a year, and is now, what, 21 points back? Yeah. And we have 4 different winners through 6 rounds, only the second time in the history of the sport that's happened, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that, I mean, you know, we're still waiting for Dungey. Maybe Dungey can get it here in AT&T Stadium here. You know, I mean, he's due for a win, Dungey. I mean, he's got to get some better starts, but the thing I like is you know, it's still tight. I mean, Villopoto's got the point lead, 9 over Roxon, and then even with that 12th place finish with Reed going down last weekend in San Diego, he's still only 15 out, and the guy's gonna ride. I mean, they say, you know, he tweeted out he's got a busted collarbone,
just saw his bike in the tunnel going through tech. Lars is taking it through right now, so you're right, he is definitely gonna ride, for those of you wondering.
And let's see how he rides. I mean, you gotta remember that Phoenix, you know, after Eli Tomac got off in Anaheim, he says, I'll try practice. I'm sure that's what Reed's gonna do. He says he's gonna try practice, but if he's not if he doesn't feel he can do it, I mean, you know, he'll probably have to hang it up. But Chad's a tough guy. We got to go back a few years when he won that championship, when him and Wyndham were battling. He got taken off in Detroit, went to the hospital, came back. He still mustered up, I think it was a 10th or a 12th or whatever, but still won the championship.
And as Steve Mathis pointed out on Racer X, good point here, he had a provisional that year. Didn't have to go through all the qualifying practice and the heats and the semis. Right. I have to agree with you, Jim. You know what it's like. He won't know until he gets on the bike. Sometimes you can have the smallest injury and it kills you in the corners or whatever, and sometimes you can have a big injury and you feel fine once you get out there and the adrenaline starts flowing. So we just won't know, like you said, until he hits the track. Eli Tomac is also due to get back up there. We're anxiously awaiting the return of Trey Kennard, who hints of maybe racing this weekend, but he's going to be joining us on the show later, I think, and then Davey Millsaps maybe later on down the road. So we have a lot of guys that can still win races in this class.
But I'm most excited about the 250 class. This is the start of the East Coast out here. I mean, you know, there's so many guys that can win. I mean, Kyle Cunningham, he's on a new team with Mike Alessi's teammate. You got Blake Baggy, you got Martin Davalos, you got the rookie Adam Cianciarillo. I mean, there's a number of guys that can win this, and I'm leaving off names. I'm talking about Blake Wharton and guys like that.
That's right. Wharton, Bogle is back officially. I didn't realize that till just the other day. He's been back on the bike. Those of you wondering about that as well, talked to his team manager last night. And you're right, it's just completely deep. It's the first time there's never really been a clear-cut favorite. I think I'm looking at the 2 Blakes and Adam Cianciarillo. Now, Adam Cianciarillo is a rookie. I've seen him ride Supercross. I've seen him race Supercross on his 85. He's a stud, trust me. But the one thing he is that there's no medicine for, he's a rookie, period. So we'll just have to see how he reacts in that situation.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to go back to last year and look at the rookie mistakes that Zach Bell made here, you know, in Arlington. But, you know, a guy that I think, you know, has won here before his first time winning a 250 race back in 2010, that was Blake Baggett. So Blake Baggett, if you're looking at guys that maybe have a little bit of an advantage coming in here, I would have to go with Blake Baggett.
I have to agree with you. The 2 Blakes, those are my picks. Cianciarillo, Jeremy Martin is looking strong, as you mentioned. There's a lot of guys, a lot of depth, but the only 2 that have previous wins in this series in 250 class are Blake Wharton and Blake Baggett coming in tonight. So it's round 7 of the Monster Energy AMA Supercross Series and FIM World Championship, but round 1 finally of the East Coast 250 class. We'll be bringing you lots of action later on tonight and later on this afternoon. Live practice from 2 to 5 here local time. Check us out on Supercross Live, supercrossonline.com. We'll have Trey Kennard, Kevin Wyndham as usual, lots of other guests. I think Mike Webb's going to be joining us up there as well.
Yeah,
and,
let's hope Mike Webb,
a great show. East Coast kickoff right here in Arlington, Texas. We'll see you later this afternoon.